Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and the most reliable mug coins on the market. And don't forget to use code FERDY at checkout for 5% off. The link for their website will be right at the top of the description. Are you looking to take your Madden game to the next level? Look no further than Civil.gg for the best ebooks on the market. Choose one of 2 membership options, and don't forget to use code FERDY at checkout for 25% off. What's going on, guys? Today we are updating the running back tier list, and don't worry, the wide receiver and the cornerback, and I'm also probably going to update the tight end tier list at some point. So days without content next week are going to be tier list days. So if you want to see, cornerback, receiver, or tight end, or whatever else I'm going to do, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Those videos are coming early next week. I was planning on double uploading today, but I'm not going to lie, if you were in the stream last night, yeah, I did sleep in a little bit later than I really wanted to. So only one video today, unfortunately, and it's going to be the running back tier list today. Before we hop into it, though, about half of you guys who watch the videos are actually not subscribed. So if you right now watching this is not subscribed and notifications on, make sure you go ahead and do so you don't miss a single gameplay, a single upload, or a single tier list. And today is actually the final day to join the 30K giveaway. We're giving away 3 $25 gift cards to any console. Anyone can win, anyone can join, whether it's PlayStation or Xbox, it does not matter. Those are the steps right there. Follow me on Instagram, tag 3 friends on the pinned tweet, and most likely you already probably should be subscribed. Don't worry though, links for the Instagram and the Twitter are all down in the description. Okay, so here is the updated running back tier list. I recorded the last running back tier list about a month ago, just over a month ago, because yeah, now it is January 1st. So you probably Happy New Year to everyone out there. I don't think I said that yet, so Happy New Year to everyone. But yeah, I think I dropped the last running back tier list the Monday after Roger Craig came out, so that does make sense. But we still have Craig, LeGarrette, and Bo Jackson at S tier, obviously. At A tier, we did move down Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, and Derrick Henry. By the way, you cannot run both the quarterback Derrick Henry and the running back Derrick Henry, so I'm kind of looking forward to another Derrick Henry running back upgrade, because I'd imagine that might make some people kind of switch from Derrick Henry. But honestly, I don't think quarterback Derrick Henry is going to last as long as I kind of think he will, because people are already seeing Jalen Hurts and they're switching. So yeah, I feel like Derrick Henry might not last as long as I kind of initially thought he was going to. But who else moved down? Tavon Austin's down. We kind of just moved down everyone at A tier down to B tier. But yeah, and also I finally did it. I added Thurman Thomas to the tier list. He wasn't in the last 2 running back tier lists. I completely forgot to add him to the list, but for today he's in it. So Thurman Thomas, I remembered to add him in today. So everyone who kind of was always wondering, where's Thurman Thomas? He's now back on the list, okay? And he's at C tier, so that's pretty cool. But let's hop into it. The first card we're looking at today is going to be Adrian Peterson. Okay, so here is 95 overall Ghost of Madden, Adrian Peterson. He's got 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 95 agility with 93 awareness, 82 strength, 94 carrying, can literally do everything as a ball carrier. In years past, whenever we get Adrian Peterson cards, they usually do cheat his COD and stuff like that, but on this AP card, they didn't do it. Not the greatest pass catcher, but the card also does weigh, he's 6'1" and weighs 220 pounds, and does get Vikings, Cardinals, Saints, football team, Lions, Titans, and Seahawks chems. And I used this Adrian Peterson card for a little bit, and I loved him, man. I really did. He was a really nice card. Good animations, great speed, and he felt different than AP cards or AD cards have felt in years past for me. And I really did like this card a lot. So without question, I'm going to be putting... Oh, I'm on the wrong thing here. Hold up. Yeah, without question, I'm putting Adrian Peterson up here at S tier. So him, Bo Jackson, and one more back that we're going to talk about in a little bit, I do value them all the same. They're all kind of different. 3 different archetypes of backs, but I do value them all the same, and it just comes down to preference. I've used all 3 of them, and they're all really good, and I really can't choose a favorite out of the 3. I mean, I'm always leaning towards Bo, but Bo knows is now 4 AP and no one runs it anymore, so I'm basically acting like that, but that ability's not even in the game right now. But low-key, should I try Bo Nose again? I mean, I don't have enough AP right now, because right now to run Escape Artist and Gunslinger on your quarterback's already 8 AP. So running 4 AP on your Bo just takes away too much from the offense, I feel like. So yeah, that is kind of crazy for 4 AP Bo Nose. And yeah, you probably were thinking that would drop down Bo. And honestly, if Bo still had 2 AP Bo Nose, he'd probably still be 1. He honestly probably would be, because that ability's busted whenever it does light up. But Adrian Peterson, I'm going to put him even with Bo Jackson, so you can kind of, interchange these 2 here. But I think both of them are just really good backs. So next up, we got Barry. He's got 94 speed, 93 acceleration, which, by the way, 94 speed right now is the second highest for running backs. We do have 195 speed running back in the game right now, but 94, 95 is going to be the norm for, I feel like, probably the next month, maybe the next couple of weeks. So yeah, 94 speed, still really nice. 93 acceleration. Barry is 5'8", 203 pounds. Has a good break tackle, good spin rating, a 94 juke, 94 COD with 89 carrying, and not really the best pass catcher. So this Barry Sanders card is a card that I did like when I first used him. I did use him for a little bit after, but this card, it just feels like he's kind of missing something. I'm not sure what it is about this card, but it feels like he's missing something. And the fact that he doesn't have like elite short route running and elite catching like a lot of these backs, you know, on the top tier kind of have. Like, there are some names on here that usually EA doesn't make good pass catchers. They've made really good pass catchers this year for some reason. So it does feel like Barry's kind of missing something. This card doesn't really fear me. I don't fear this card too much. But I still think he's a really good back. I still think he's good compared to, you know, the A tier guys. But compared to like the top tier, S tier guys, he is he's missing something compared to them. So I'm going to throw Barry at S tier. I'm going to throw him, I think he's even with Craig, honestly. I think it's kind of the same scenario with Adrian Peterson, Bo Jackson, where you have Craig and Barry. They're both very similar. LeGarrette Blount, I do think LeGarrette Blount's starting to phase a little bit because his speed's slowly kind of starting to slip me. He's still a huge body and can air truck and has good animations. That's still good for him. That's why you're going to see guys like Derrick Henry, LeGarrette Blount up so high, because they can air truck and they just get stupid good animations. It's kind of ridiculous how good some of these cards animate, these big body power backs animate, including Bo. Bo gets some of these animations too, which is ridiculous. Bo can't air truck, but you kind of get the point. Those power back, like broke tackles where you get like the speed boost and stuff, it is just glitchy. So that's why the Garrett Blount's so high still, by the way, if you were wondering. But I do value kind of Craig and Barry the same way. Craig a better pass catcher. I feel like it just kind of come down to preference. Also, Craig is bigger too, so honestly, I might go, dude, Craig might be the better option over Barry. Like, I'm thinking about it, my experience with, against both these cards, using both these cards, Craig might be the guy over Barry. He really might be. I think he is. Next up, we got another Lions running back, and it's honestly kind of crazy how stacked the Lions running back room is right now. They got AP, or AD, Barry, and they got DAndre Swift out there too. So Swift, 92 speed, 95 acceleration. The speed a little bit too low for my liking at this point of the year, and also not being able to air truck, stuff like that does kind of hurt this card a little bit. So DAndre Swift, not the fastest. He's also, I believe, 5'8", 212. You know, has good ball carrier stats, like he's able to catch passes. I mean, I said ball carrier stats instead he can catch passes, but does have good ball carrier stats though, can truck. It can definitely fall forward, good break tackle. Has a good spin animation, by the way, too. The card also has really nice drip on field too, but also, yeah, good pass catcher, kind of like I said. So DAndre Swift, I don't think he's an S tier back. If he had like 94 speed with stats like that, I think he'd be easily S tier. But I think just because of the speed and his inability to air truck, he is an A tier back still. But I'm going to throw him right behind Derrick Henry at A tier. So next up, we have the 93 overall running back, Mike Vick. And this card right here might cause a little bit of controversy right now in the comment section. But I wouldn't be ranking this Mike Vick card as high as I'm ranking him if I didn't test and use him for like 4 straight hours on stream the other day. I honestly, when I first saw this card, even with the Jets team, I was thinking to myself, probably won't use him because I'm afraid of the carry. I'm afraid of the carrying. And we already have guys like Tavon and Odell in this game that, you know, have low carrying because they're out of position running backs. But this Mike Vick card is just kind of different. Receiving back archetype, pass catching traffic, 91 short route running, 87 mid route running. I'm not sure why they stacked his route running so much, but a really good route runner. Has great animations, a great spin, a great juke. The card breaks tackles, goes crazy. And also, yeah, obviously good speed, good acceleration. If you have one of Vick's teams, the Eagles, Falcons, Jets, or Steelers, I recommend using him. This card goes crazy, and I'm going to tell you why. So it's because of this ability right here. Leapfrog. Odell and Tavon can both not get Leapfrog, so we haven't been able to test this yet. But on backs with low carrying, Leapfrog goes crazy. It's crazy how in this game, when you're jumping off the ground or running into hit sticks, you have a 0% chance to fumble compared to, you know, just Mike Vick just running out there naked by himself without Leapfrog. So I literally just journal in the hits. It doesn't matter how big the hitter is. Vick has a 0% chance to fumble, which honestly, you could run that on other backs in this game, but I feel like because Vick's carrying is so low and the chance of fumbling is so high, that Leapfrog is actually worth it on him, and it's only 1 AP. So I used Vick, like I said, for like 4 hours on stream the other day. I believe it was Wednesday. Used him for a very long time. He's been tested. He's been labbed. And yeah, this card does play really well. I was skeptical at first too, but trust me, He's a monster, man. He is definitely a monster. So Mike Vick, I'm putting him at S tier in front of Roger Craig. I do feel like Vick is kind of that happy medium between guys like Barry and Craig and guys like Bo Jackson and Adrian Peterson. So next up, we got Ghost of Madden Future Darrell Henderson. If we're being honest, this card probably should have, I'm going to say this card should have been Cam Akers, but it's whatever. It probably would have been a little bit better too. But yeah, 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 93 agility. Actually, Cam Akers was hurt, but still, I feel like he probably deserved it. 87 carrying, 94 juke, 91 spin, 93 COD, 88 break tackle. Pretty good pass catcher too with 82 and 85 short. So Darrell Henderson, pretty nice. He's 5'8", 208, elusive back. So I'm gonna throw him, even though he's one speed faster than DAndre Swift. And honestly, if you are like just getting started, you know, Swift is a little bit more expensive than Darrell, but I do like Swift more a little bit because Swift also has the ability to truck and fall forward and do stuff like that. So I do like Swift a little bit more than Darrell Henderson. But it is definitely close, and I could definitely see a debate for either. Next man up is another Ghost of Madden Future. In my opinion, the better Ghost of Madden Future running back. 92 overall, Naji Harris. 93 speed, 92 acceleration, 91 agility. The card is 6'2", 230 pounds. You know, obviously can kind of do everything. The card feels good on the stick, like a very good pass catcher. I mean, as far as catching goes, route running, not really, but a really versatile back. And I feel like if you were like a budget, no money spent guy during the Ghost, I mean, I believe the Souls are probably still out there, but there was an NCAT Ghost of Madden Future card that you were able to pick. So hopefully you guys pick Naji if you need a running back, because I mean, Naji has good speed right now, great animations, power back. I mean, this card does play well. I did do a gameplay on this card, so if you want to see some gameplay on Naji, I did drop that probably like a week ago, most likely. So go check that video out if you haven't already, but or if you want to see gameplay on him. But I'm gonna throw Naji. I don't think he's at the level of Jonathan Taylor and Kamara. I don't think he's at that level yet, but I'm gonna throw him. I'm going to throw him in front of Derrick Henry. I know Derrick Henry can air truck, but Naji's got +2 speed. Naji can catch passes. Naji's card's nice. I'm going to throw him in front of Derrick Henry. Yes, it's close, but yeah, I'm going to throw him just in front of Derrick Henry for now. So next up, we have the 95 overall legend, Walter Payton. And no, he's not an elusive back. This card is actually a receiving back. So if you want to run backfield master on Walter, you can definitely go ahead and do that. And I do love backfield master, by the way, as an ability. It's definitely nice. So being able to get that for 1 AP on these cards right here, these receiving backs, is definitely a plus. Even if you have Hot Route Master, I personally still think that 1 AP backfield master is worth it. Like, even if you have Hot Route, because it's basically route tech out of the backfield, and that is busted. Even on like tabletop routes or table routes, either right or left, or Texas routes, whatever route you're running, wheel routes, he's gonna catch everything. Yeah, it's basically slide-o-matic, because it also adds catching too. That ability is so busted for just 1 AP, it makes no sense. But Walter Payton is a pass catcher this year with 88 short route running, 85 catching, 87 release, which in Madden 20, he never really had that aspect in his game. I mean, yes, he could catch passes, but not at this level. And I know people do want to, you know, compare this Walter Payton card to the Madden 20 Walter, and I'm sure the same thing would happen if we got a Dickerson this year. I feel like it would probably be the same thing. People would be comparing him to Madden 20, but you really can't do that. Running backs in Madden 20 and the stick work in Madden 20 was just different. If you have never seen it before, I recommend you go back and watch my first video ever, my first Walter Payton gameplay, or maybe watch, a later Walter Payton gameplay that I did in Madden 20. But the stick in Madden 20, we're never gonna have that again. It was just busted. So I know people want to compare Walter to the Madden 20 Walter, but for what this card could have been, I think he's basically the best that he possibly could be. Maybe 95 speed like Ricky has, but still, I do like this card a lot. Unfortunately, his one-handed running style doesn't show up as much as it used to. He used to show up every single play unless you run conservative. But yeah, I'm gonna throw Walter at S tier. I'm gonna throw him at the top for now. He's the third back that I kind of value the same. You have the power back in Bo, the elusive back in Adrian Peterson, then you have the receiving back in Walter Payton. So kind of comes down to your preference. All these cards kind of play the same. They're all really nice. They're all dominant. All can break tackles. All can do everything. So kind of comes down to preference. But I love just all three of these guys right here. They're all really good options. So next up, we have the out of position running back, Odell Beckham Jr. And if Odell was able to get leapfrog, he'd be much higher on this list. I just want to say that right now. He'd be much higher. Unfortunately, you cannot put custom abilities on Odell because he's an out of position, but he does come pre-baked with evasive, route tech, and backfield master for just 3 AP, which is actually not bad because if you watch my Odell gameplay, you can actually put him outside at receiver because he does hit 3 route running thresholds when he's powered up. So the card's actually a pretty nice receiver, and if you are just getting started and you need a playmaker, even if it's not just a running back, say you already have like Naji or a guy like that, if your budget or no money spent, you can play Odell at receiver, and as you guys can see, he's still 91 overall, hitting 3 thresholds, has the evasive and the route tech, so you're still getting pretty good bang for your buck for just 3 AP, and obviously backfield master is pretty nice too. So I do like this Odell card a lot. I mean, good speed, good acceleration, does play pretty well. But again, 71 carrying is definitely a problem, especially when you don't have any leapfrog to kind of protect you from that. Even on evasive, I mean, I've seen this card fumble. It does get Browns, Giants, and Rams chem. So we're gonna throw Odell. Okay, let's throw Odell behind Darrell Henderson. Again, if he had leapfrog, I could definitely see myself putting Odell like in this range because he has like nasty receiving back stats. But unfortunately does not get it. So we're going to throw him behind Darrell Henderson. It still has, the pretty good bang for your buck abilities, the 3 AP, with that 3 AP setup with evasive, route tech, and backfield. But I'm going to throw Odell at low A tier for today. So next up, we have the 93 overall out of position running back Vita Vea. Obviously, this card was a Madden 20 legend back in the day, but 89 speed, 88 acceleration, 90 awareness, 93 strength. 90 break tackle, the card can air truck. Yes, the COD isn't the greatest, but good carrying. And also, 81 catching is pretty good too, I'm not going to lie. And the card, yes, he's 6'4", 347 pounds, so yes, he can air truck. So, I've been seeing some pretty mixed opinions on Vita. People saying that he's not good, just a meme card. But me personally, I think this card's actually good. Like, I'm not sure if I'm in the minority when I say this, but I think that you could actually win games with Vita Vea as your RB1 just by himself. I do think that's probably better to run like a more elusive back, a guy with better speed as well with Vita. But in the right scenario, Vita can do work. He can definitely fight, definitely falls forward, gets nasty animations. The card just can air truck, and which does also add speed as well. So I'm telling you, Vita is just disgusting in corners. Regardless of their tackling rating, have a problem tackling Vita because he weighs 347 pounds. So is Vita S tier? No, but I feel like a lot of people were probably expecting Vita to be like down here because he has 89 speed, but I'm putting Vita up here with Derrick Henry. I really am. I'd probably still go Derrick over Vita, but I'm going to go Derrick Henry right next to, I'm going to go Vita Vea right next to Derrick Henry. I really think this card is a good card. From what whenever I use him, whenever I play him, he does just play really well. And it's not even like a joke. He really does play well. If you use him correctly, air trucking, just running through people. Obviously, you're not going to try to make a dude miss with Vita Vea, but I promise you, this card does play well. Okay, so next up, we have another air trucker, just like Vita, just like Derrick Henry. Out of those three guys, though, AJ Dillon is the fastest, and I do like AJ Dillon the best out of those three. I really do. AJ Dillon, this card does play very well. Not the best pass catcher, though, which does knock him down a little bit because, yeah, you're going to be able to tell that he's got 51 short routing, which is just ridiculously low. But, yeah, good break tackle, good animations. He's 6', 247, so like I said, he can air truck. And I'm going to throw AJ Dillon. I'm going to throw him... As much as I want to throw him like behind these guys because he has such low pass catching stats, I mean, he is a 92 speed air trucker. So I'd probably say, again, just like, Walter, Bo, and AP, I do value all three of these guys the same: Vita, AJ Dillon, and Derrick Henry. They can all play very well for you if you do get used to air trucking and stuff like that. It is kind of a skill to kind of master it, but once you kind of figure it out, it is just busted. And the reason why LeGarrette is so much higher than these guys, well, not so much higher, but the reason why I have LeGarrette at S tier is because LeGarrette Blount can not only run someone over in air truck, he also has a really nice juke animation too, so you can kind of skip through holes and make guys miss out with LeGarrette too. So that's why LeGarrette Blount is a little bit higher than AJ Dillon, Derrick Henry, and Vita Vea, if anyone was wondering. So next up, we have the 92 overall stocking stuffer. Surprisingly, the only stocking stuffer running back that we got from the stocking stuffer promo, and that's 92 Antonio Gibson. Card 6 foot, 228 pounds, 93 speed, 93 acceleration. He doesn't have the best COD, but can still make people miss. A pretty good pass catcher as well. I feel like he's probably a better pass catcher, and I'm not sure how Antonio Gibson. I've been saying this even last year. I said this. How is he not a receiving back? The man literally played receiver in college. It makes no sense how he's just not a receiving back and doesn't have, better. He's got worse receiving stats than Mike Vick out of position. Think about that for a second. And this dude played receiver in college, and he's only 2 years from that. It makes no sense, but Antonio Gibson, a card I like. I feel like a lot of people don't really realize that Antonio Gibson is 6 foot, 230. He's kind of a bigger body in this game, but he does play pretty well, I think, for sure. This card's definitely an A tier back. Nothing too flashy, can't air truck, nothing too flashy, but definitely a solid card. I'm going to throw him up here in front of Naji. And, yeah, he's kind of like Jonathan Taylor and Alvin. He's kind of like them a little bit. So, high A tier for Antonio Gibson. And finally, last but not least, we have the 96 overall Ricky Williams. And I'm not going to lie, this was a really hard card to rank because I was so high on this card when I first saw he was coming out, when I saw those stats, when I used him, I loved the card a lot. But then when I came on Twitch and I was talking about who I thought the best running back in the game was, a lot of the chat didn't agree with me, and I was like, I was wondering why. The chat was making some good points, and I did reconsider, and I did agree with the chat, man. I really did. Even though he's the fastest back in the game right now and can do a lot of things, this card, as far as how he plays, just isn't at the same level as the top 3 guys that I had, which is Walter, Bo, and Adrian Peterson. So again, where I'm going to put Ricky might be a little bit controversial. If you want to see some Ricky gameplay, that is up on the channel, or honestly any of the backs at S tier, they all have gameplays. I think every back on here up to Darrell Henderson has a gameplay. Yeah, literally every back, every single back up to, yeah, every back on S tier, A tier. We have a Chase Edmonds gameplay, Tavon gameplay, Cordero gameplay, Marshawn Lynch gameplay. I don't think I did a Willis gameplay or James Robinson. So yeah, basically all the S tier backs, all the A tier backs. If you want to see any more gameplay on these cards, it is up on the channel. But I'm putting Ricky Williams behind the big 3. I do think he's in the conversation with these guys though. By the way, so I'm gonna put him in here with these guys. But I originally thought that he was the best by like a little bit. But I'm gonna throw him in the conversation with these 3 guys. They all play really well. I think all 4 right now are good options. If you have one of these 4 guys, you're in good hands. Obviously, not every back has a good, not every theme team has a good back right now. So yeah, if your theme team doesn't have like a good back that's in like low S tier to high A tier, then any of these 4 guys are really good options. Obviously, if you have one of these guys on a theme team, congratulations. But yeah, this is the final tier list right here, the top 4. In no order, I don't think. If I were to order this top, this top 5 right here, it probably looks something like this. I think I'd put Ricky 3, honestly. I think I would. I liked AP the best. I'm not going to lie. I used Adrian Peterson. I used Walter. I liked AP the best, which is kind of surprising, but I really did. So AP, I would put AP at 1, then Walter. That's tough, though. This one's tough. Oh, man. Let me know what you guys think down below. How would you order these 4 backs between Ricky, Bo, Walter, and AP? It is tough, man. It really is, because you guys, some guys can do some things that other guys can't. There's archetypes, there's builds, there's a lot of different things that kind of go into it. So yeah, drop a comment down below if you have any disagreements with today's tier list. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I feel like this running back tier list was kind of a difficult one for me to kind of rank these players, because I like so many of them. I really do. I really like a lot of these cards. So yeah, let me know down below who's your top 5 in the game right now. And yeah, as always, I will see you boys in the next one.